Hi. Hello. I'm feeling kinda weird. No, I woke up way later today. As much as I'd like to be all like, oh man, I'm going to push back the Limbus company. No. No. I said I would do it today, so I'm doing it today. No, yeah. I'm sure that my panic is, unneeded. Because I'm like, oh, oh no, there's so many voices. There's so many voices that I have to do, not voices I'm hearing, just to be clear. We're not insane. Yet. Pardon, I'm just tapping some things real quick, and then, because, admittedly, I am stalling a little bit. We got some soup. Soup will be done soon, and I would like to collect the soup before we start, but also, I'm not gonna wait too long, right? Because, like, I mean, it's the thing. I guess I could always just, like, go to the place where the game is. Otis desperately needs her water. And at least, I don't know how much, stamina it's gonna take, really, but we got plenty. We got plenty, because we're a mission away from level. There is no way that's gonna take more than that. I suppose the play here is to just like start, because no real point in just like sitting around, right? No real point. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I make no promises, Limbus Company. Oh shit! Wait, hold up. Hold up. I have a room? Since when? What? Hold up. We got a coat hack. A coat hack. Screw it. We have a coat hack. I didn't even know we could take the coat off. This is news to me. Yo, wait, is this where I pull out the IDs? It's just there? Wait, no. That was supposed to be like... That was somewhere else, wasn't it? Little projector thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's the theater, yeah. Have I been in my room? In the main menu the whole time? I guess that's why it's a panel that we pull down to see the other people. Are we gonna explain the panel? That would be pretty nuts. That would be pretty crazy. Oh yeah, oh wait, yeah, it's literally right there. Help, I'm stupid. Oh no. What's this little thing here? This feels like... I mean, yeah, it's like, it's got a lock on it. But that's like a computer tower. Weird to have a drawer, like, attached to the desk like this. Huh. Sorry. Take it easy. Take it easy. It's been a long while since I was able to relax like this. All alone in my room, with not a concern on my mind. I'm sure that's true. Actually, I'm kind of blocking text. Should I go left here? I guess yeah, because if I'm on this side, then it's like even worse, because I'm blocking names. I guess that's why I'm reading it. Maybe it's because a heavy burden has been lifted from my heart. I told the sinners that we should take a day off, or so, in our respective rooms. After what happened, we deserve a good rest. But not after we got melted? Don't deserve a break after that? I mean, I don't make the rules. I'm just a guy in a bus. A big part of that decision was also to relieve Yisong of his seasickness, at least for a day. I don't think the sinner's rooms sway with the waves. Do they not? I mean, we have infinite space. I guess I shouldn't be surprised about this. We're still a ways away from getting out of the Great Lake. I thought it would be a good idea to have a day like this, where we could just sit and relax. Of course, this wasn't like a real vacation or anything. If anything were to happen, this little time off would be over just like that. Why would you open your mouth? Why would you do that? I don't know what he expected. Genuinely, like that eardrum-tearing siren of Mephistopheles that always finds the worst times to go off, for example. Oh. Yeah. I had a feeling that something like this was going to happen. Not even upset at this point. The siren better be worth enough of our bombs for. There was naught to do in our respective chambers anyway, Heathcliff. I imagine that the time spent alone in thy room must have been quite dreary indeed. I can be a contemplative man from time to time, alright? For truth! I guess that's gasp instead of... Oi, clockhead. One clock turn and coming right up. This will be the last one in a while, so just take one for the team, alright? Are you gonna ask Vergilius for permission too? Bollocks. I think I'm starting to get a handle on how to manage Heathcliff. Just remind him that there's a guy. Good news, Heathcliff. This volatility alarm seems to be something we can make use of. Then... Indeed, a notable change has occurred in one of the mirror dungeon doors. Tate. The short downtime you suggested. Yeah, I know. I knew something like this was gonna happen anyway. Ellipses. I see. Then let us investigate the area where volatility was detected. There was something odd about the way Faust and Vergilius were looking at me, but I was too busy to worry about the two of them. I had to somehow convince the sinners, who had their long-awaited proper break taken away from them as soon as it started, to get to work. I should really be clicking, so it just does that. Another locked door is opened. The keep-out tapes have also disappeared. The door looks a bit bluish this time, doesn't it? Where did the other doors go? Well, I don't think they were blue like this. The door did look a bit blue this time. It looks like every new mirror dungeon door will have a different design. And disappear from time to time, I guess. I can hear rolling waves from the other side, I think. Oh, hell nah! Oh, hell nah! Oh, Hell nah! According to the information relayed to us via the device, it appears that the official designation from this new area, summoned by the Black Door at Volatility, will be Mirror of the Lake. No. Ishmael's eyebrows twitched. This is exactly what happened after we wrapped up Yisong's business. It seems too convenient to call it a coincidence, doesn't it? It's like these areas are tailor-made for each sinners. Faust? Mephistopheles' engine is designed to change and adapt every time a golden bow is retrieved. And the back door is also a product of the engine. It would not be a reach to theorize that the incidents with each sinner would affect the engine, which in turn influences the contents of the back door. In other words, it's pretty much a guarantee that with each golden bow retrieval, we'll be getting a new zone from now on. Quite likely, yes. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the explanation. Ishmael's willingness to sharply and boldly question all things suspicious did not change at all. But, or maybe she just didn't like the fact that the word lake was even brought up. After the events of the Great Lake, maybe she was starting to take care not to be as blunt and scathing toward her fellow sinners. Not more than necessary, anyway. I disagree! Be more aggressive! That's good. I'm relieved. I'm not! Wait, that raises another question. Do ask. Are the golden bows not immediately shipped to the headquarters by the after team as soon as we retrieve them? How can they affect the engines if they're not here? The answer to that question requires a rather lengthy explanation. I care not. Oh, wait, Otis, how about we try to wrap this up as quickly as we can? We better get to someplace that's not constantly swaying. Yisong's really not having a good time out here. I did not take my medicine, for I assumed that we would be having a brief respite. I beg your forgiveness. I'll hear just the summary then. In summary, once the golden bow is retrieved, and when Limbus Company headquarters goes through a certain tuning process, Mephistopheles' engine and the golden bow's wavelengths will overlap, causing a resonance effect, which is a process that involves resonating with the golden bow in your head as well, manager. That's how it works! Does that process not harm the executive manager? Is he okay? He already suffers from severe brain damage. No, as you have witnessed it yourself. So once it is retrieved, the golden bow continues to affect those it resonates with. I see. Guys, are we done with the boring lectures? Oh, no. WTL. Enough with the lecture? Faust, this dungeon. We have to enter it now, don't we? It felt like I was going back on my promise after telling everyone that we could relax. I didn't like this one bit. But I think I already knew what Faust was going to say. Faust suggests that we explore the new zone as soon as we are able. Mephistopheles is still at a significant distance from the shores, and there are not many activities to do before reaching our next destination. This will be an appropriate exercise for us during this empty period. Executive Manager, I understand that you may feel uncomfortable going against your earlier orders, but consider the fact that this journey will continue on for quite some time. I believe that the resources and the combat experience that can be gained from this new area would be considerable. I nodded affirmatively. The sinners each began grumbling and aired their woes, but they still prepared to head into the dungeon once again. Thus, we entered the newly formed door. Lovely. Hooray. Do we actually enter the newly formed door? I think you're lying to me. I think you're just going to give me a little unlock. And we're just going to carry on with our day. Yeah, boy! Just in time for the food to be done. Haha. Ha ha. We're back. I am back. I got the food. It is very hot, so that's good. Means we get to go to Christmas. If I didn't know better, I'd think that the elves are in Mephistopheles? Is this something I should be concerned about? As our voyage on the Great Lake extends, the list of things to keep the sinners entertained grows ever smaller. In a way, it sounds like a serious problem, but... Guys, anybody got any fun stories to tell? No, for the 13th time. I suppose that repeating the exact same phrase that many times is a talent, if it could even be called that. If you're having trouble recalling what you said moments ago. She has repeated that phrase 28 times, to be precise. At 30, I was planning to verify if she had suffered any damages to her occipital region. I get it, I'm just that bored, okay? There's nothing to do anymore. I'm tired of playing the same game of backgammon again and again. Good, got a job for you then. How about you start feeding the seagull on time for once? Somehow, it became my responsibility after all of you got tired of taking care of it. Yeah, we're going to have to let the seagull go once we're out of the Great Lake anyway. Why do you even let yourself get attached to it? Just look at her. The way she looks at you. Those woeful eyes. What? Your average seagull eyes? It was abundantly clear that the sinners were starting to slowly expire from sheer boredom. Well, it's not really a problem that has a solution, and I had zero interesting stories to tell, considering that I'm an amnesiac, so... all I could do was sit here and watch the sinners suffer. You could let them fight to the death? Food for thought. Putting them through the daily trials of the mirror... The daily trials of the mirror dungeons, well, it wasn't the most exciting activity either. Ellipses. Speaking of which, Heathcliff appears to be the one least affected by this mess. Well, not that he was all calm and aloof, that is. I'd say he's anxious. Oi, Virgilius. I do like the dramatic pantomime salt. That's awesome. Same issue. Same. A frosty silence descended upon the sinners. And the source of that frost was the inexplicable event that played out before their eyes. Oh, Heathcliff, have you gone insane? Did you finally snap? This must be the side effect of the consultations. Maybe we can call this sense of self-preservation loss syndrome, or something like that? Heathcliff? Show your traps. I ain't mad. My sense of self-preservation is just fine. Impressive, Heathcliff. I rarely found myself surprised in this series of misadventures so far. But this is one of those rare occasions. Speak. What is your business? It's the, our next destination is T-Corp, innit? Do you really need me to answer that? No. You know what I'm talking about. Patience, Heathcliff. Though that seems to be a virtue that most of you lack. If everything goes according to the flow, you'll make it to your appointment on time. Since I had no context for any of that, all I could do was sit here and watch as Heathcliff scratched the back of his head. I'm still out of the loop, but Heathcliff must be really anxious about something if he's willing to talk to Virgilius first. And after all that, that's not... Oh, what else could possibly be more important than the appointment? Wait. Heathcliff turned around to face us. Oi, any of you got any history with T-Corp? Show of hands, now. I have, in a way, I resided in that place once. Right, but we already did you, didn't we? Yeah, we already did. Anyone else? Then, yeah, soon it'll be. We're still in the middle of this mad lake. Oi, clockhead, what's today's date? How would I know? You're a clock. Can you tell the date? You have a clock for a head. But clocks and calendars are completely different things. Shut up, Dante.
Heath, that was your 13th sigh today. Keep doing that and you might just huff and puff our boat to pieces. Tell us, Heathcliff. Your turn's coming up, isn't it? And whatever it is that awaits you there, you're going to have to prepare yourself for it.
Yeah, I suppose. There's no use hiding it anymore. After some time... Right. So, to summarize, Heathcliff's starting to feel like his turn's coming up, now that Ishmael's had her time in the ringer. And he's got good reason to believe that because Virgilius handed him something in their last consultation, that affirmed his suspicions. And according to that something, he'll need some fancy clothes and whatnot to refine his looks before we get to T-Corp.
But since we're still so far from escaping the lake, we're starting to feel restless. Is that right?
Right on. So... my throat already.
I'm getting all mucusy.
Yeah. So there's not much you can do about that before we hit solid ground, is there? Ugh.
Well, come on, Heath. That's it. Don't you worry. I can definitely help you with that as soon as we find land, okay?
I recognize that she's saying K instead of okay, but we don't even know how far away from land we are.
Dante, we've reached the end of the scheduled work period for the sinners.
Yeah. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. I reflexively said my usual routine piece as the light alarm played. That wasn't even a big deal. I was hoping to see an act of dramatic bloodshed for once. Well, at least he wasn't trying to stir up trouble for once. The sinners each got up from their seats, yawned and stretched, and one by one disappeared into the back door. Oi, blockhead. Didn't know they knocked your wits off along with your head. Sorry. But Gregor isn't completely wrong, is he? Can't you even mince words at this point? Virgilius and Karen also walked into the back door, mocking grins on their faces. And I was left alone in the ship's cabin, standing awkwardly next to several crestfallen the severely crestfallen Heathcliff. Kem! Wait, there was another. Shut.
Sir Heathcliff!
Huh? What are you doing out here, girl? Run along, you. Go gush about the high and mighty fixers of T-Corp or something.
I still have plenty of time for that later. Yet thou hast to do well to treat me well, Sir Heathcliff.
What? You little...
Hold! Allow me to finish. Miniature Esquire. Sir Heathcliff, come hither. Hush, hush.
Don Quixote wore a confident smile,
She slowly, gingerly walked over to presently and temporarily vacant Karen's seat, and whispered ever so silently to us. Forsooth, I have devised a splendid plan for thee. Is it to have him cosplay as Siegfried? I mean, that'd be pretty good. A tempting offer. Allegedly. So, what is this splendid plan of yours? I don't think there were words in this world expressive enough to describe that look on Heathcliff's face. This calm nothing expression. It was certain that he had very scant expectations for Don Quixote and her plans, but there was this sliver of hope in his face that maybe, just maybe, Don Quixote might rise to the occasion for once. It was unclear whether Heathcliff's internal struggle mattered much to Don Quixote, however. She began excitedly describing her plan. Didst thou, Sir Heathcliff, ever hear tale of the ancient and legendary fixer of Deviat Association? The Red Sack? The Red... what? Like Vergilius? It is said that the legendary Red Sack carried out his deliveries no matter how terrible the terrain or how arduous the journey to all corners of the city. And with him was his sidekick, Reindeer Man! Forsooth, his magnificence hath given away gracious gifts for children of the city that he deemed to be kind. 'Tis but common knowledge, Sir Heathcliff. He appeareth on the front cover of the Fixer's Monthly every winter. Don Quixote asked, sounding genuinely shocked to learn that Heathcliff did not know of this Red Sack, which I am going to have fun saying every time. What makes you think I'd ever read rags like that? Fear to thee, rags, thou sayest. Manager Esquire, surely thou hast heard of the this magnificent publication? I knocked on my ticking clock head. I didn't really feel the need to spell it out for her. So none of thee have subscribed to it then? Mine words fell on deaf ears. Anyhow, what matters to thee, Sir Heathcliff, is that thou endeavourest to make thyself more presentable than anyone else for this occasion, is it not? Finally getting to the point, huh? Go on. Marry, good sir, a costume most befitting that occasion would be those of the Red Sack and his sidekick, Reindeer Man. Simultaneously, like wearing both of them at the same time. This isn't gonna end well, is it? What? Like those ridiculous fixers de la terre de serre, the RD whatever? 'Tis not ridiculous! Thou hast not even deigned to indulge mine one wish that we would cosplay fixers Arter de serre adiente together! Thou hast not even given it a chance, indeed! Speak not a matter of thou knowledge, not about. With all that talk of a splendid plan, I thought you were actually going anywhere. But it all comes around to that fixer nonsense again, huh? Don't even have the energy to beat the sense into you. I'll get to it later. 5 honest hits to the noggin should do it. When the sliver of hope on Heathcliff's face was beginning to rapidly fade. Can a sliver rapidly fade? Prithee, share thy thoughts of the fixers that we have laid our eyes upon thus far. What? Embarrassing, were they? Remember, were they not fancy and impeccably dressed? Close not thy eyes and heart. Speak! Absolutely embarrassing, sods. Yeah. That spandex bloke from K-Corp looked like he leaned right out of a circus. Nay! Lord Siegfried was not embarrassing! I say that his outfit was rather dashing! Wouldn't you agree? Allow me to explain to thee the materials of its fabric, so that thy understanding... Excuse me. Yeah, there. Sir Heathcliff, I am not finished.
Why is the girl so hyper today?
Well, Lord Siegfried is a special outlier, mayhaps, but doth thou not agree that most fixers are rather well-dressed and wore honor upon their sleeves?
Honor upon their... What? I don't know about that, but I suppose they were quite posh.
Exactly. Follow thee, and thou shalt see thyself dressed as impeccably and impressively as the fixers are.
Is that right? Sod it. I know shite all about clothes or making myself look fancy. Right, so let's say I go along with your plan. Where are we going to get them clothes? Honestly, everyone was right. Where are we even going to pick up clothes in the middle of a lake?
Aha! Yet I have thought of that as well. Recall the events of yesterday, the sirens that echoed across this bus. Doth thou remember?
Now that I think about it, there was a siren yesterday. I went off not long ago before I announced the close of business for the day. But Faust said that the backdoor volatility wasn't anything for us to worry about.
Yet I was curious. How indeed doth Faust determine which volatility is useful and which is not? Thus, as all were crowded by the back door, preoccupied with returning to their respective quarters, I have secretly and stealthily availed myself the chance to take a glance at the screen.
So you took a peek at the other screen, or the screen. Pardon. You know how to read those complex symbols?
Nay, I myself had little hope of recognizing them, yet when I looked into them, I could very easily tell what the particular symbols on that device indicated. Forsooth, 'twere symbols of the red sack and the reindeer man, and next to them was a symbol indicating posh outfits.
I mean, I guess there are a couple things that would indicate that. No, it can't be that simple. Yeah, no, it can't be that simple. I agree with Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote remained enthusiastic as ever, as though she was already expecting him to say that.
Dost thou know? Every so often, certain symbols appear on the numerous doors past the back door.
Huh?
Every respite, every passing glance, I made sure to watch them carefully. And 'twas yesterday when, in the corridor, I spied myself the exact door with the exact same symbols that I witnessed on the screen. Don Quixote, you didn't. 'Tis my nature as an adventurer, manager, esquire, mine inability to quell the burning adventurous spirit. I prostrate myself before thee. Know that I have taken the sneakiest of peeks. Marry, 'twas not too foolhardy. I have only taken a small peek. And if I told thee that what I witnessed from within, then all my deductions and predictions have been proven true. Could thee find within thyself compassion to spare mine soul?
You absolute muppet! Why in the bloody hell do you keep doing what everyone tells you not to? Right. Heathcliff, I just don't understand why some people, they keep doing things that everyone tells them not to. I remember when Heathcliff ignored all warnings and went into the restricted areas past the area of the corridor that we're allowed to use. We almost lost Heathcliff that day. It was a tad different this time, however. Back then, Heathcliff had no idea what was beyond that door. And this time, we do. Are you suggesting that we call everyone over to explore that place?
Nay, the three of us will be more than sufficient to handle this task. All tales begin with a party of three, indeed.
You're just scared of the consultation, aren't you?
I have nary a clue as to what you may be referring to.
The answer to this predicament was right there. Tell them it's too dangerous and shove them back into their respective rooms to rest up for tomorrow.
Manager Esquire, that zone indeed. It appeared to be a place most peaceful to mine eyes. It is a simple task, is it not? All that we seek to do is to enter there and avail ourselves of a few sets of clothes for Heathcliff. It was obvious that Don Quixote wasn't helping Heathcliff out of a pure kindness of her heart. Maybe she hungered for an adventure. Or maybe she thought she might be able to do that cosplay of the fixers she so admired. But if we can find Heathcliff some nice clothes to put his heart at ease, then maybe I can do something about this before things get out of control. Like it did last time when I just let a sinner's anxieties stew and exacerbate. Fine, but we're turning around at the first sign of danger. Seriously? Come on, you were willing to do it if it meant you could pick up some clothes. Well, I suppose we'll be okay as long as Clockhead's with us. Well said. Then, let us reconvene tonight before Manager Esquire's quarters. We shall knock in the following rhythm. Knock, 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 knock. Then, thou shalt whisper a secret code, to which then I shall... Just go get some sleep. I really hope this won't be a waste of time. We agreed on a precise time before returning to our respective rooms. I already feel like it's lightheaded. I don't know. I don't even feel like the voices are too out of the way. Combat, please. Thank you. Pardon, I'm gonna take a bunch of my food.
It's just been staring at me this whole time. Please understand. Okay, there we go. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's actually a party of two! Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. After all, we're not fighting anybody. We're turning away at the first sign of danger. It'll be okay. A dark, silent night. All are sound asleep, except for one very rambunctious little sinner who just cannot keep her mouth shut. Thus, we assemble. This better be worth the trouble. It will be worth every trouble, of course! Now, come hither. We quietly and sneakily followed Don Quixote, taking care to not make a noise. Are we really crossing this line? You're the one who... Bitch, you're the one who gave the okay, shut up! Bloody hell, lass. Don't you know what happened last time I crossed it? Apparently he has an accent now. In my defense, he said bloody hell twice. And, also said another one.
Alas, it will be different this time. All we must do is follow the corridor immediately to the right of this delineation and open the door here.
So they're the symbols she was talking about.
Past the door, through the window, the symbols Don Quixote mentioned shimmered. Symbols that seemed to indicate a sack, a wrapped present,
What appeared to represent fancy clothes. So, they're the red sack and the reindeer man symbols?
Precisely!
Alright. I suppose you're the expert with these things. I'm going in. Hold on! Before I even had the chance to stop him, Heathcliff barged into the door. And we found ourselves almost getting dragged in by his sheer fervor. Oh. We found ourselves in a rather sizable room. This place was decorated with numerous Christmas-themed ornaments. Warm, cozy lighting reflected off the wooden flooring, and a maze of conveyor belts were installed all over the place. This place is a factory?
Quite!
Or what are those things?
Those little children like... Hark! It is I, Don Quixote!
What the hell is she doing? The little figures Heathcliff indicated didn't exactly look like children. They all froze for a moment before turning around in our direction. They weren't humans, that's for sure.
Give me but a moment. I have already parlayed with these fellows.
What happened to the sneakiest of peaks? Oh, Clockhead, someone's coming this way. A small, but bigger than the others around it, figure scurried over and stood before us. Ah, Lady Don Quixote, you finally grace us with your presence once again! Once again, oh? You failed to consider one factor. Voicing the gnomes. It's fine! Alright, I'm gonna get cancelled in this next statement. All the gnomes are the same. And just as you did before, poof! Appearing from the most unexpected places again, gnome! Who's this, Don Quixote?
This one, the one who shall grant us the wonderful gifts indeed.
He rubbed his hands, or what I assumed to be hands, together, looked up at us, and started. Pleased to make your acquaintance, gnome! You must be Lady Don Quixote's friend, gnomes. My name is Dodoru, a gnome who works at this gift factory, gnome, and why, of course, I make gifts here, gnome. No, wait, a gnome?
Indeed, a gnome.
Was that supposed to be obvious? What are gnomes anyway? So, they're not humans, right?
Yes, these fellows are not humans, they're gnomes.
Yes, of course, not human, screw it, the humans, whom? Didn't think non-humans were allowed in the city. They're not abnormalities or distortions either, they're something else. Yes, they're gnomes. The city, I knew it.
Well, why does it matter if they're not humans? What truly matters is the heart with which they commit themselves to work, that is.
Of course, you are absolutely right, milady gnome. Didn't that Zoder gnome say something weird about the city just now? So that wasn't just me, huh? Well, gnome! This Dodoru cut in on our conversation. Do the friends of Lady Don Quixote wish for any present, gnomes? Say, we have fancy clothes and powerful weapons, or delicious cook-omes. Fancy clothes? So you really have them? Looks like we've got a win, gnome. Well, then please, this way. The gnome said something about introducing us to the reception hall and led us to a certain room in his scurrying gait. This seems more like a storage space than a reception hall.
Oh, behold! There is a warm fireplace and a table in this cozy place. What more could thee possibly ask for?
And we have some delicious refreshments ready for you as well, Please wait a moment, and I'll be right back with the gifts you want,
The gnome bowed, opened the door, and scuttled out of the room.
Are reception halls usually this barren?
I've never been in one before, so I had no idea if this is what they're supposed to look like. I had to ask.
Especially because it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited experience, that there was something off about this whole situation. What gave it away?
I have once heard that the rumors that this kind of decor had been catching on in recent years.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Apparently it's popular for some blokes to just deliberately leave their stuff lying around in some half-finished looking buildings. Is that what this is?
Still thy heart, Manager Esquire! I shall personally be responsible for this expedition and claim ourselves shiny gifts!
If push comes to shove, I could nab some of these. I saw them packing some shiny, expensive-looking stuff over there.
No thievery this time, Heathcliff. Has the incident with the hair coupons already left thy mind?
Blimey. Fine.
Heathcliff was as foul-mouthed as always, but it was evident from his relaxing expression that his anxiety was starting to ease. Maybe the fact that we're here, about to find what we're looking for, was a comforting thought.
Heathcliff, is it that important that you dress well for this occasion? Huh? Oh, yeah.
A rather delicate but gently smoldering Heath, calm, silent air, a perfect atmosphere to bring up uncomfortable subject for some honest heart-to-heart.
Or is someone waiting for you there? Someone who you'd like to dress for? Someone who we might have to stab in the final area? Well, I suppose you're not completely wrong.
Oh, a secret, is it?
Don Quixote excitedly and loudly dragged her chair up close to Heathcliff. I have to go back as a successful man, as someone of great worth. So that they'll know that I've changed, that I'm no longer that witless brigand Heathcliff. That's why I have to dress posh when I return, to appear like a man of quality.
Oh, someone stroked the fire of envy in thy stomach.
I mean, he does have an envy ego, yeah. Is this about revenge, like Ishmael? No. Revenge. Oh god, that was not the right voice. Heathcliff leaned back on his chair. It creaked as he rocked gently back and forth. There was a look of deep introspection on his face, which was, if my memory serves me right, a first. Well, I suppose you could call it revenge, but what I really want to do is make her regret. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what this is. I'll show them. I'll trample over those bastards who thought I wasn't worth shite. So that she'll regret not choosing me. So that she will feel that regret down to the deepest reaches of her heart. I'll prove to Cathy that there was no better man for her than I. Cathy. Heathcliff's eyes trembled a little as he speaks her name. He's mentioned the name before. His eyes trembled then, too. This Cathy must be someone pretty important to you. Of course, bloody important. So, what happened between the two of you? Between you and Cathy? Catherine, to be exact. I call her Cathy. It's a long and complicated story.
Ah, allow mine intuition to speak for thee. This Cathy must be thy lover, is she not?
Well, wait, is that what she is to you? No, it's nothing like that. Okay, maybe a little bit. He's stuttering like Sinclair on a bad day. While his disposition was as brusque as always, I could clearly see that he couldn't stop himself from smiling from a mere mention of her name. And that gave me more than enough answers. Every setter had a reason for joining Limbus Company. So, maybe Heathcliff joined Limbus Company for this Cathy person. Makes me wonder what kind of person she might be. Though someone that special. That precious to Heathcliff.
Don't be so overdramatic. That ain't me.
Now, I do this out of my obligations as the manager, but I'm starting to think that I want to help you out. So you could be the best man you could be for her.
Indeed, we shall. Indeed, we shall all be people of quality.
Kathunk. I heard a door open in that very moment. It wasn't the reception hall door. That one was made of wood and wouldn't make the sound that I just heard. This sound came from over there, away from us, from a dark corner of the room. Then, we heard sounds of metal scraping against the wood. It was accompanied by a howling blizzard. So, those were sleigh marks, huh? The huge sleigh made its way across the wooden floor. On the marks that were already on the floorboards, it was flanked by several gnomes. The sleigh was red, and the sacks on it were either black or red. I assume we're getting to this next. But they were all littered with flesh and blood.
Dodaroo, we've got your next batch of ingredients right here, Om. My back, Om.
Come on, friend Om. Just think about the looks on our friends' faces when they open their present homes. Oh, it's go worth it, of course. Well, go worth it.
Here, Om, here, Om.
The gaggle of gnomes were walking in our direction as they chattered and gossiped, froze in place upon noticing us.
Quit lollygagging, Gnome.
Quit chit-chattering and help us out, Gnome. We've got a lot of prosome besides. We've brought some live ones this time.
I think I saw some sacks on the sleigh move. No, they were thrashing, like something was trying to escape. Is that? Grab your weapon, girl.
What is the matter with thee? These fellows are but hard-working. Hello? Is there someone out there? Please, help! Get me out of here! What a joyous day, This one's fresh, No.
But they're humans.
Did Manager Dodaroo bring him in here, bring him in, How'd he manage to bring in humans so fresh, So all along, thy factory has been...
Oh boy.
I could hear a familiar voice coming from the other door, in the other room. In the room as Don Quixote stood there, flabbergasted.
Dodaroo's done a blunder, That sleigh wasn't supposed to be coming here, Don't show her, Just a little game between us gnomes.
That's your excuse? Master Dodaroo.
Dodaroo's listening,
Tell me the contents of these sacks.
Raw materials for presents, of course, Besides, Lady Don Quixote, Dodaroo's prepared those fancy clothes for you and your friends to wear, Why don't we head there right now to wear them?
What? Raw materials, are they?
Dodaroo's tired of liomes, humomes like you. You lot, what I say about using this storage space, I told you this was off limb, What? Are you gonna deliver nothing but disappointment to our neighbors? Even now, they owe a gift for our factory,
My bad,
And I already told you, the factory director, to look after the for this batch,
Pardon, I gotta take a second. My poor head. What was I thinking? This was absolutely not worth it. I know what you're thinking, Clockhead. So quit sighing and start strategizing. We've got to get out of here, yeah? Yeah, sitting here and feeling sorry for myself won't do anything. It never did. Got it.
Grab your tools, fresh locally produced materials coming up,
Alright then, let's crack on, you little shitbags! I think I'm, like, deviating between several accents, and I apologize for that. Oh, jeez. My head. It's all tingly. Oh no, Dawn! Oh no, it's not focused! It's fine, I believe in Dawn. Pardon, I'm going to sleep. Besides, we win now. Shit. Yeah, you go, Dawn. You get it. There are so many voices. At least it does seem like that this is actually just these two. At least until like the midway point, probably. I'm sure Don Quixote will be fine. Yeah, see, there's one break. Mini voice ohms. Mini voice ohms. I don't need her anyway. Spot dodge! Don Quixote! What a legend. There's another way! There. Man, though, it is a damn shame. Because, like, incredibly high key. I really want to use Rabbit Heath for this. Just because the idea of Heathcliff just straight up mowing down gnomes. Oh. Oh. I've never actually seen this proc. Hold up. I'm enjoying this unit. This unit gained Wild Hunt for the first time. Always have 1 remaining HP. Yeah, I should probably just like go to him. Can I see that from here actually? Passives? Got it. Oh yeah, wow. this unit gained Wild Hunt for the first time. Always have 1 remaining HP. Revive this unit at turn end. If this unit is killed by an attack, gain an ego resource. If this unit is killed by an attack, inflict 2 something. Oh. Oh no, she's gonna die anyway. No, Don Quixote. Done. Well, either way, it's not her here nor there. We did it. How many missions were there? These were some fierce sods.
The fault lies with me.
Ah, that was not right at all. Oh. The light of confidence had completely faded from Don Quixote's voice. So did her enthusiastic voice. Never mind, it was perfect! No, I should have thought this plan through. Well, if we were to find someone to blame, the biggest fault would lie with me. The manager. Maybe we should have turned around the moment I sensed that something was off.
Ah, alas.
With that, Don Quixote marched toward the now abandoned sleigh.
This is...
Several mutilated bodies tumbled to the ground as soon as Don Quixote undid the knot tying the sack. Damn it. I was afraid that this was what we'd find inside the sack. There were a total of 7 or so people in the sack. But they were all missing a few limbs. They were barely breathing, and some of them had already perished. I've never seen their style of clothing before. Looks like we're pretty far from where we were. I've seen similarly worn and torn clothing in the back streets, but the clothing they wore was of materials and styles that I'd not seen before. The back door must have sent us pretty far. Faust did tell me that each district within the city had different cultures and such, so... Wait. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. So you're telling me... Right, because, like, the mirror dungeons don't teleport us. The mirror dungeons are just, like, simulation roomoos. But the ones past the barrier literally teleport us places? What? I can't believe I'm about to say this. Where's Faust when you need her? Doesn't really matter, does it? They'll all die soon, and it's not like you can turn the clock on them. Let's just get back to the bus.
Nay, here! This person here is intact! Hark! Get a hold of thyself! Thou art the one who requested our help earlier?
Oh, art thou the one?
Who are you?
I'm Mr. Clock. And these are my buds. We stab real good. What is that? Oh, it's combat. Holy shit! Is that Marcel? Marcel? And Faust, presumably. I cannot click. That was interesting. Guess it could be you. She has a sword. Well, I'm just assuming she would be the one. She knows all outcomes. Oh. Oh. Oh.
출발인가?
Alright, well,
작전 호출. 선글라스 벗고.
시간을 벌러갈
He did it.
데들레비치의 시간.
Your clothes are all weird looking. I guess you're not from the village?
The child was dressed in torn and faded clothing. From the way she looked at us, I could tell that she found us rather fascinating. She soon woke up from her momentary shock.
Anyway, thank you for saving me. My name... My name's Crayon. And, Clockworker teeth.
Your Honor, in my defense, that is hilarious, and her parents deserve a raise. The kid pointed at me and backed away in terror.
The hell are you talking about? That's Clockhead.
My name's Dante. You can't hear me.
Clockhead? But I heard that the clockwork teeth look like clocks. I guess I also heard that they don't show up this high. I've never seen a monster like that before, though.
Aha! But they are not a monster. This is none other than our very own Manager Esquire.
Thanks for the intro, I guess.
But I can't hear anything but the tick-tocking of the clock.
Well, Manager Esquire has their reasons. Art thou unharmed?
Yeah. Looks like the other people who were dragged here with me weren't so lucky, though.
Child looks to the mutilated corpses with a despondent look on her face. Don Quixote casts a sympathetic gaze.
So they were all neighbors from thy village?
Yeah, but our village will soon send the hunters to save us. As long as they can get here, they can...
Hunters? I wasn't sure what exactly she was talking about, so I was about to ask her what she meant. But this reception hall storage room suddenly began to fill with gas of unknown origin. What's this now?
Quick, hold thy breathing!
An odd plume of gas, its hue red and green, begins to fill the room.
This gas. It's the same gas from when I was a kid.
The three of them, including Crayon, passed out and slumped to the floor. Yep, something like this has happened before, when we walked right into a room full of toxic gas, which killed everyone! Looks like this gas only knocked them out, though. That's a relief, at least. Guess I should consider myself lucky that my clock head isn't affected by these things. I gotta hide. As soon as I hid myself in a corner, a crowd of gnomes rushed through the same door Dotaro came in from. Gas masks. So they used sleeping gas on it. What gave it away? What gave it away, Dante?
Is that all that's left of Manager Dodorome? All that talk of snagging 3 top-notch raw materials, and now look at him, a pile of meat, 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, all accounted for, I suppose, They're all fast asleep with the sleepy powder, so don't you all worry yourselves about harming the good ohms.
I don't remember what they were, and I don't remember how to get to Leafy. All I remember is the shadow one, because that one was funny.
Well then,
Let's move the good ohms. They picked up Don Quixote, Heathcliff, and Crayon, one by one, and loaded them onto the sleigh. With that, they left, closing the door behind them. And through it all, I couldn't do anything but watch. If only you could. If only we had learned some combat from someone. Right, looks like this is my time to shine. I'll rescue the 3 of them by having the other members of Limbus Company rescue the 3 of them. No way, I should have listened to an Ishmael effort to teach me self-defense. What do I do? This harsh truth dawns on me every time we face total annihilation. The truth that, on my own, I am completely useless. And you could change that. There are several people ready and willing to train you. If they were with us, I could at least bring them back. But none of the sinners are here with me. What good am I without them? It's a miracle that I managed to survive thus far. Miracle? Well, what miracle? Come on, get a hold of yourself. Great, now I'm hearing things. You're not hearing things, manager. We're really here. Do you even know what a mess it was up there when we realized that the 3 of you just vanished into thin air? I bolted up and looked toward the voice. There, I saw another door. And from it, the rest of the sinners appeared one by one. I'm going to die. Guys! Oh boy, looks like I forgot about that slightly spilled ingredient. Oh? I will inquire about this incident later, Doctor. For now, command us in this battle. Yeah! Otis! Crush them! Tremor break their sacks! Tremor burst, pardon. Nah, that's fine.
교전 시작합니다. 표적 확인.
I fear nothing. I will win rate, and I will win.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
Ow. Murder!
힘들군. 그러니
I
알아서 잘
love
피해야지.
this Otis so much. She is so fun. She presses the yellow.
제압 실시.
No one can stop me. I mean, how could they? I'm pressing win rate. I'm guaranteed to win. That's how it works.
그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지. 표적 완전 무력화.
Yes. Destroy the gnomes. Destroy them all! No, you soul. It seemed very effectome.
표적 무력화. 교전 시작합니다.
Murder!
힘들군. 힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
Look at her go. She's so good. We love Otis. At least I hope we do. I like Otis.
다음 술자리 몸담은 이거군. 아주 완벽했어.
Oh man.
잠깐만, 천천히.
I hope I pressed the button. Thanks everyone. How did you find me?
We entered via the back door. Your signals were no longer detected from within the bus premises. Then every sinner was immediately summoned from their respective rooms for the search. And so soon after our break started, Dante, let's try to not do anything like this again, Even if you are the executive manager, rogue behavior such as this poses too great a risk. Please be wary of that.
I'm sorry. So how did you guys find us?
I have deduced it. As of late, Heathcliff was in a constant state of uneasiness. Considering the nature of our circumstances, I conjectured that there was aught that he had to do before our arrival at T-Corp. On the day in which the backdoor volatility siren echoed, Don Quixote made a relatively delayed return to the back door. And come the next day, she requested from me and Miss Faust an encyclopedia of common symbols used in the city. Yes, so Faust lent her a few volumes. Ever since receiving the volumes, Miss Don Quixote sat next to me and perused the pages with a rather enthusiastic expression on her countenance, although I could not converse with her on account of my conditions. I do recollect that the following words were repeatedly uttered. Cosplay, costumes, Zack. In summation, I surmised that Miss Don Quixote witnessed a series of symbols that caught her attention when the siren blared. And Faust was aware of the door on which those symbols were drawn. Based on that information, the sinners were able to find their way here. We engaged several entities of the corridor on our path to this door. Good thing we only ran into weaklings, though. An irreversible death of a sinner could have occurred in the process. Do you understand? Engaging hostile forces in your absence carries an exceedingly high level of risk. We could have been lost forever in some corner of the corridors as bodies, never to be revived, nor retrieved. Please comprehend the weight of your responsibilities and the risks your independent action carries. You must survive, Executive Manager, no matter what. Do I make myself clear?
I've never seen Otis look at me like that. Her gaze was cold and ruthless.
Your survival was a lucky coincidence, Dante. The sequence of those symbols are not supposed to be interpreted in such a haphazard manner.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to say.
I believe that is enough, but...
Duke. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, she's not Dante.
Yeah, Don Quixote, Heathcliff. Where'd the pair run off to?
Oh, that's a long story. I told them exactly as the events transpired.
Seriously. How'd you three even manage to survive this far?
Alright, Manager Bud. I'm sure you've heard enough from the others, so I won't say more.
But where exactly are we?
Hey, which district is this? This cold?
We must be somewhere in one of the northern districts of the city, or... We are not in the city.
Oh, what do you mean?
I mean that we are not in the city. Those intelligent organisms, called gnomes, are part of a species surviving in the outskirts. Commonly known as monsters of the outskirts. Monsters again! After all that we faced at the lake.
They weren't exactly like the whales, though. We could communicate with the gnomes. They were just like people, except smaller, and very, very murderous.
So we're in a completely different region, the outskirts. I would have liked to explore the area if the circumstances permitted. Look, the structure seems to have been custom built for the gnomes, considering how small everything is here.
Aw, man. Confined, sweetie, you're about to be confined to the Shadow Realm. In the words of a not so great individual, get that ass banned. Where am I? What am I doing? Okay, here we go. So we're gonna. Oh yeah, we already read it. Oh, good.
If this is the outskirts, well, we can go back, right? As long as the door we entered through remains open, yes. It is open, for now. Well, what if it closes? Then an unexpected journey begins. You'll have to trek the distance from the outskirts back to the city, which will be a significant endeavor in both time and effort.
Isn't that a bit dangerous?
Where's this sound coming from, Om? I struck gold, Om. Get your tools, Om.
Dante, come hither to the back of the line.
The door slammed open, and gnomes began flooding into the room. We prepared ourselves for a very squishy battle.
한바탕 해볼까?
I forgot how much this takes.
교전 시작합니다.
Like, cause it's not like I don't know. Maybe a lot of the voices I'm trying to do are like really breathy.
힘 조절이.
I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just kind of doing them.
확인 사살.
Yeah, because I'm mostly focused on like throat, like position, I guess. That doesn't sound exactly right, but you know what I mean.
힘 조절이.
As opposed to like the airflow.
교전 시작합니다. 힘들군. 표적 확인. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
위협 대상 제거. 제압 실시.
Oh, bread. I have bread. I have bread. I don't know why I said ooh bread, like I haven't been looking at the bread this whole time.
힘 조절이. 확인 사살.
Yeah.
제압 실시.
필요 없는 시간을 가져가지.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 힘들군. 힘 조절이.
위협 대상 제거.
표적화 표적 무력화. 표적 완전 무력화.
제압 실시.
요즘 토끼들이 보일 거다.
표적 완전 무력화.
Just a minute.
I can see their similarities with humans, but they certainly aren't human. Except for their odd verbal quirks, these monsters are impressively communicative. I don't even know if they should be categorized as monsters. The definition is often arbitrary. Some may call them monsters, yet others may call them members of a different sentient race.
Racism. I appreciate your analyses, But we should probably get moving. We still don't know where Heathcliff and Don Quixote are.
You always say the right thing at the right time, Executive.
Exploring the outskirts area will carry higher risks than our usual operation grounds. To ensure the manager's safety, we must first establish a more structured plan.
Well, I'd say the easiest answer would be to leave the two of them, but the easiest path isn't always the right one.
Ishmael kicked open the door. The gnomes rushed in from. Yeah! That's our Ishmael! We love Ishmael!
Come on, let's go. We'll protect the manager and save Heathcliff and Don Quixote.
Yeah, fuck your structured plan!
다음 술자리 모험담은 이거군. 아주 완벽했어.
데들레비치의 시간이다.
More murder! Hooray! Oh, sweet. More combat. More opportunity to consume food. Yay!
확인 사살.
제압 실시.
I'm glad we get the bop to the Christmas, the combat. So close to Christmas time, too.
제압 실시.
힘 조절이.
토끼들이 보일 거다.
힘 조절이.
기절했나? 제압 실시.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지. 힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
필요 없는 시간을 가져가지.
확인 사살. 표적 완전 무력화.
위협 대상 제거.
교전 시작합니다.
수해진 편이다. 토끼들이 보일 거다.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
기절했나?
Okay.
제압 실시.
힘 조절이.
I mean, I do wonder, right? Because
힘들군. 그러니
I
알아서
imagine
잘
we're going to be
피해야지.
going through a lot of their workshop.
필요 없는 시간을 가져가지.
Like,
표적 무력화.
there's no way, right? We're like exterminating these gnomes.
위협 대상 제거.
Especially if it's like actually 15 an encounter.
다음 술자리 모험담은 이거군. 아주 완벽했어. 준비는 끝났습니다. 명령 대기.
Ah.
후드려 패주.
No, Ishmael! But Ishmael, you're number one. How could you do this?
수해진 편이다. 토끼들이 보일 거다.
힘 조절이. 한바탕 해볼까?
Yay. Damn it.
표적 완전 무력화.
Oh shit, the dodge?
힘 조절이.
That was actually a huge dodge. Damn.
한바탕 해볼까? 표적 확인.
Oh, good. I mean, at the very least, I am appreciating this break. This is a very nice break.
표적 완전 무력화.
I do wonder. So I assume the next note is gonna have dialogue.
한바탕 해볼까?
Who's to say for sure? I don't know these things.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
기절했나? 제압 실시. 확인 사살.
Funk.
힘 조절이.
위협 대상 제거.
Aw man, I wanted to do the whole thing, but he's already hit. At least end on the third hit. I don't care if the second hit does 0 damage. Oh wait, he's back. Go to Rome.
제압 실시.
Good night.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
Oh sweet, we take those.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
I mean, yeah, that's really good actually. Now everyone just gets to lay in. Let's go.
표적 확인.
Oh no. You paralyzed. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna lose, is what you're gonna do.
토끼들이 보일 거다.
제압 실시.
필요 없는 시간을 가져가지.
We've done it. Truly incredible.
다음 술자리 모험담은 이거군. 아주 완벽했어.
Oh god.
임무 시작.
Oh yeah. It's been a wonderful experience. Full of very confused voices.
So now I had some time to look around out here. This facility appears to be a gift factory. I see. So there are factories like these that produce gifts. Christmas decorations everywhere.
Sinclair's gonna curl up into a ball in the corner.
There's still some time until Christmas, though.
Sinclair looked to the ground with a somber expression. I didn't need to ask to know how he was feeling.
I wonder if monsters exchange gifts with each other. That didn't seem like the most hospitable sort.
There is a possibility that they may be contractors to one of the wings in the city. I wanted to say no chance, but the city and the wings that we've experienced so far were... Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, there was a non-zero chance of that being the case. So true! Dante, correct for the first time in history?
교전 시작.
Murder the gnomes! Get him out of here! Dude, you're dead. Just... Bam. Whap. Whap. Oh, not dead. I guess we need a little bit more Trevor on there.
확인 사살.
Why can't I just murder them in one turn?
토끼들이 보일 거다.
No. Radia, how could you?
한바탕 해볼까?
Yeah. Oh,
후드려
more bird. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Man.
힘 조절이.
기절했나?
This is so pleasant. It's so nice to just have a whole horde of gnomes just walk at you and just do this. Now that I think about it. Sure enough, that's a really specific want. But I'm just thinking about it, right? It's like, damn. Project Moon is like using this game to fund the next game.
표적 확인.
Which is supposed to be like big action game.
후드려 패주지.
Let me play Molar Office Otis. Let me do that. I mean, of course, given, like, I'm pretty sure that was the thing, where, like, it's gonna be in, like, the same world, like, the Shock and Awe Project Moon game in the same world as the other games. But I mean, you already know, community's gonna go nuts with mods, probably.
기절했나?
Yeah.
후드려 패주지.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
Unless this game is in the outskirts!
그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지. 힘들군.
Spooky monster time!
그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
Like these guys. Scariest thing I've ever seen. I don't want to say that. I feel like the whale's gonna come back.
위협 대상 제거.
Panic. I didn't mean it, Mr. Whale. Stay dead. After spending some time battling gnomes and trashing the gift factory, we soon realized that the gifts the conveyor belt were moving weren't your average gifts. Is that a foot? Is that a sign with the drawing of a foot? What's that doing here? Wait, what? Wait. I'm not gonna draw any conclusions. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Isak. This one is adorned with a depiction of an eyeball. These gifts appear to be made from materials that do not normally go into building these items. Their shapes are of teddy bears, crayon boxes, toy trains. They have an abnormally high concentration of protein and phosphorus. However, the decorations and the lights are made of proper materials. They must have salvaged the waste expelled from the city. It's obvious. Gifts made from humans. More stuff made from human sacrifice. I guess the outskirts isn't so different from the city, huh? What's really concerning is, who are these gifts for? Who in their right mind would want anything like these? Who knows? Rich folks with screwed up perversions. Maybe that's who they're for. So, if they're making gifts out of people, Heathcliff and Don Quixote, will the gnomes turn them into gifts too? I do recall them saying something about locally produced materials? We must move with haste. I have discovered a location with high probability of their presence, presuming that they haven't been turned into gifts yet. After a long silence, Marsault spoke up. He pointed in a direction. There. The placard says gift assembly. Sweet.
다음 술자리 모험담은 이거군. 아주 완벽했어.
Let's go! More gnomes! Crush the gnomes! Crush the gnomes! Get them out of here!
교전
All my homies hate gnomes! Sorry.
표적 확인.
I'm trying to be quiet about it,
교전 시작합니다.
because like I've been muting a lot, and like you know I still want to talk and stuff, but I guess at the same time I can't really talk in my mouth's full. So you know what do I do?
힘 조절.
I guess the answer would be to finish the food instead of just taking itty bitty bites. But that's heretical. What, you want me to stop the streaming and just like go on break temporarily to finish my food? No. Disregard that I have done that before.
표적 완전
And I probably should. But Christmas! It's the gift of Tremor Burst!
힘들군.
Who doesn't want Tremor Burst this
그러니 알아서
Christmas?
잘 피해야지.
Nice.
확인 사살. 표적 무력화.
Oh, you're gonna get staggered, son.
기절했나? 교전 시작합니다. 위협 대상
Nice.
제거.
힘 조절이.
More murder. That's what I've been waiting for.
한바탕
I'm pretty sure
해볼까?
that's the last of my portions. What a waste. Wow. I mean, I guess it is a chainsaw club. What are you guarding with, little guy? You think your little wrench is gonna protect you? Because it's not. Pathetic.
제압 실시. 표적 완전 무력화.
Go. And there we
표적 완전
go.
무력화.
And now we just destroy the big man. Oh, he's dead. He's just actually dead.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘
It's
피해야지.
so much fun. I'm sorry. I really like it. I like saying that it kills because it kills and it makes me happy.
다음 술자리 모험담은 이거군. 아주 완벽했어.
Yeah, I figure I should probably claim those. People might be looking back and just like, Dad! Grab it! Grab the Lotuser!
준비는 끝났습니다. 명령 대기.
Oh wait, were Dawn and Heath selectable there? We've saved them! I think I'm hearing some odd noises from in here. A rather high-pitched SOS. It's always a good indicator of wonderful happenings. Can you not giggle about sounds of screaming, please? I'm familiar with this tone. The decibel range of this screaming is an exact match with Don Quixote's. What do you mean, the decibel range? What the fuck do you mean? Wait, we've yet to conduct a threat assessment of the combat area. That area appears to be a closed-off space, which means... Otis. Were Heathcliff with us, he would have said as such. Said what? I think I know. Oh, bloody frustrating. Quit, why? Pick up your tools and get cracking. That was pretty close. Ismael soon blasted the door open with a powerful kick. I love how she's just leading the charge. No door is safe from Ishmael's boot. Where the bloody hell are we? Why am I tied up?
I regretfully say to thee that we are quite screwed. Forsooth, we are fated to become toys in the hydraulic press. It appears that when the time cometh, I shall be turned into a roly-poly toy myself, that rises with every fall. Oi, shut your trap and do something. We've got to get out of these binds. Sir Heathcliff, I apologize profusely. 'Tis true that there was the tiniest bit of selfishness within me that I wished to procure the red sack cosplay set for myself. However, it was no lie that I wished to find thee an impeccable outfit. You little shite! I knew that this was going to happen once I'm out of these binds. So, at least thou shalt become an elaborate pocket watch. Ah, damn clocks! Again! I think they're going to turn me into a box of colored pencils. 24 vibrant, natural colors, or so it says. Huh? I mean, your name is Crayon. You literally signed up for it, to be fair. We've not seen living raw materials for a while, Om.
But they're a bit loud, Om. Can you see if my ears are bleeding, Om?
The more they scream, the happier our recipients will be, Om.
Om, then let's get cutting, Om.
Boom. Heathcliff, Don Quixote, what a relief. They've not been turned into gifts yet. Quite cozy in here. Everyone. How? We're here for you, Heathcliff. Clockhead. Damn it. Didn't think I'd ever be able to get to see a mug. I would never be this glad to see a mug. Pardon. Holy shit. What was that autofill? Looks like we got here in the nick of time. Heathcliff was about to be shoved into the gift-making hydraulic press machine. I have you in your straps. Descend. Look, I'm not the type to wear my heart on my sleeve, but after you lot saved me from getting turned into a pocket watch, I have to say it. You absolute idiots! You two had one job, to remain by the executive manager's side, yet you let yourselves be captured like this? You know what? Forget it. Right, get a hold of yourself, you two. Manager, what now? Well, we've got to trash this place. Come on, you get ready to wear your identities. Just slap them on your faces, they'll never see you coming.
교전 시작합니다.
Murder the gnomes. Murder the gnomes.
교전
Turn them into gifts. See how they like it. Yeah. It matters not if you guard it, I just wanted the status. Dang, we get to work on the big guy already? Sick. More murder! I do hope there's not much more in terms of dialogue, because I can feel it. I can feel the sword is creeping up.
제압 실시. 표정 완전 무력화.
잘 피해야지.
확인 사살. 표정 완전 무력화.
Fuck real good. Why am I yawning? I got a full night's rest.
that right? Yeah. I'll get closer though. Weave.
Nah!
Wow.
교전 시작합니다.
It's very important I use win rate on the broken enemies. What if they win the clash?
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
I like how the follow through on the first hit is a second hit. I never actually looked at that. I was too busy enjoying the animations. After we defeated the horde of gnomes, Don Quixote and Heathcliff fell to their knees before everyone. I also knelt down, feeling like I should be down there with them, but Otis tightly pulled me to the side. I feel bad for those two.
I am ready. Commence, Lady Otis.
You absolute buffoons! How did you ever think that this was going to turn out okay? Are you even aware of the risks Executive Manager took to get here? How worried they were about you two! But actually, Clockhead was in on it from the start. Silence! Do not refer to the Executive Manager with such derogatory language! Insolent fool!
Twas mine fault. Twas mine fault.
My mother used to scold me like this in my youth. Mother Otis confirmed. Otis did not seem to slow down at all with her stern scoldings, and the pair fell completely silent, their heads hung low. I decided to wander away from this scene. This guilty conscience was too much for me to bear. Is Crayon doing okay? Crayon.
Yes, she merely lost her consciousness from an excess psychological shock.
How did you find yourselves in a place such as this? You are a human, right?
Ah, and we're really in the outskirts.
Crayon initially appeared somewhat taken aback from the deluge of questions, but she soon began to open up.
So, you're really from the city? I'm from Cloud Town. It's a village on the north side of the outskirts.
Are there a lot of monsters like these gnomes out there that can speak?
Yeah, there are many more monsters out here than the other gnomes. Other than the gnomes. I've seen a few of them myself, but the village elders told me about the rest. Our village was built to keep the monsters out, to keep us safe. If this didn't happen, we'd all be preparing dinner back at the village by now.
So they raided your village.
Yeah, and they attacked us when the hunters were gone, so we normally don't get raided by them around this time of year, so I thought we were safe, but they suddenly attacked us, rushing in on their sleighs. Some of us tried to fight, but we didn't stand a chance, and everyone that they killed got shoved into that sack on their sleigh. I passed out from fright, and they thought I was dead too. I got shoved into the sacks like the rest of the villagers.
We forced you to talk about something that could have been, that couldn't have been easy to go through. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Can I ask things too?
Anything.
Is it right that crayon boxes in the city have 48 different colors, and that they have gold and silver colored crayons too?
Probably?
And there's just people in the city, right? No monsters like the gnomes that try to kill us, right? It's kind of hard to answer that, actually. Sometimes I climb a high hill to look at the city. I always saw pretty colorful lights from up there. So colorful that I didn't have enough colors in my crayon box to draw them all.
Are you named Crayon because you like crayons? Was it not your parents?
I wish I could live in the city.
If I lived there, I'd never have to worry about getting attacked by monsters. I could live happily with all my neighbors, and nothing bad would ever happen. Especially not with sorrow being used to fuel a giant eyeball, which is used to give everyone weird medicinal ampules that can regenerate limbs. Especially not that. You've really never been to the city, huh? Sit. I'm sorry? Same story everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. Death always stalks us. We don't talk about the not monsters underground. Absolutely. Those aren't real. Fake. Whoa. That was so cool. Can you say that again? Huh? That was cool? Oh, did you guys see anyone else nearby? By any chance? I don't think we ran into any other humans out here. No, but he has to be here to save us. Who do you mean? Who do you mean? Pardon. That was just normal voice. Oh. The best hunter of Cloud Town. If he was at the village, the gnomes wouldn't have... It appears that in the outskirts there are hunters who specialize in hunting monsters, akin to whalers of the Great Lake, that is. But, wait. So if they're kidnapping and killing humans for these gifts, who are these gifts for? Oh no!
Of course, the gifts are for our poor and kind neighbors who do not cry.
Wait, the gifts are to make them cry?
Executive Manager, retreat!
I don't know when it happened, but a large shadow was looming over us.
What is that thing?
I am Santata, bringer of gifts to our neighbors. Ho, ho, ho!
The guffawing giant, garbed in red, carried a massive gift sack on his shoulder. It was definitely not a human.
Yeah, it's that git. That one's the boss. Lo, the crimson garb! That is the crimson garb that I spoke of!
The pair immediately jumped up from their knees and began shouting in unison.
That's the red sack's outfit! Oi, then he's already... No! Not the reindeer man, too! Shut it! Cut the useless chatter, for once!
After silencing the pair with a short, stern command, Otis approached me and spoke in a low voice.
Executive Manager, since he appears to be an intelligent species, I will attempt to parley with it, but we best prepare for battle in case the talk falls through. Yeah, that's a good idea. What do you mean by neighbors? Wings? Clients from the city?
It's good that he does the ho-ho-hos.
But we are denied entry to the city, are we not?
Is that big lump of meat a gnome too? I happened to overhear the gnomes during our time in captivity. They call their master Beard Giant, which I believe is not a gnome.
A giant? There really are all kinds of monsters out here, huh?
Dante, that's not an abnormality, is it?
No, that's not an abnormality or a distortion. I'd say it's closer to the whales.
Do you yearn for gifts? Yet, your kind already owns all there is to own. We and our neighbors in the outskirts wish so dearly for that very day. The one day we are allowed joy and comfort and human gifts.
I see. You produce toys out of humans and gifts, and gift them to those who harbor hatred for humans,
out of pure goodness of your heart. Here, where all those who have been marginalized and exiled by humans gather and wallow, we pour our infinite hatred and care into packaging these gifts.
Quite the verbose way of saying I refuse to negotiate.
Ho, ho, ho! Why don't you come here and join us? Become joy to those who need it.
Well, I don't know why there was a question mark after that. I guess he wants it to still be a option
다음
to opt
술자리
into.
모험담은 이거군. 아주 완벽했어.
Crush the lads. I forgot to put on Heathcliff. Oh well. Food time.
후드려 패주지.
위협 대상 제거. 제압 실시.
Sorry, it's right there.
확인 사살.
후드려 패주지.
힘 조절이 힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
교전 시작합니다.
노예진 탕인가 토끼들이 보일 거다.
제압 실시. 표적 확인.
Yeah, sorry, I've been forgetting to move myself during combat. How embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as these lads. Oh, 7.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지. 한바탕 해볼까?
표적 확인.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘
후드려
피해야지.
패주지.
Oh, hell yeah, get him. Look at all the tremor. Damn,
표적 완전
didn't get
무력화.
to save the bullet.
표적 완전 무력화.
What's up, dude? Oh, we've switched. Maybe we've been like this the whole time, actually. What's your deal? Okay, issues, so we can put that, and that one. Can I just do this? No. We've done it. We've saved Christmas. Damn it. Oh, this inflicts tremor, so...
교전 시작합니다.
It's a good idea, trust.
내가 찾은 나만의 항해 방식.
Like, then it does a thing. Oh, ow. Oh, hell yeah. Yep. I didn't have enough to really capitalize on it though. Oh, we don't have bread. just set that over there. No, Santa! Yeah, don't you worry. We're gonna kill Santa. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill him dead. Oh wait, that's probably not what you want. Well, we're gonna kill him dead anyway. I'm the Grinch, baby. I'm ruining Christmas for the outskirts. I mean, I don't think you can ruin Christmas any more than literally murdering Santa. Like, I'm doing it. Hold up, which one? Oh. I mean, do I have... I think I'm worrying too much. Oh yeah, that's right, I don't have Heath. Whoops! Yeah, she moves after. He's get... Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, I mean, he might get staggered anyway. Unless he does that. I thought I was moving first. Whoops. Well, he did stagger. I'm not sure why we moved as late as we did. I guess at least we're still getting our actions in. Okay, yeah, that looks good. That is not even real, so I may as well just tack on that. More paralysis! Or this chapter betrayal is just say betrayed you. Fuckhead. Unbetray us. This is an order. Honestly, I'm completely at a loss. But yes.
한바탕 해볼까? 여행은 목적이 있었지.
Just go away, Santa. No more Christmas. Be gone.
Humans, I'll separate the flesh from your bones.
Santata's gut suddenly began to expand.
All of you, hold your breaths.
Suddenly, a large figure leaped out of the dark and slammed what looked like a stake into Santata's gut.
Whoa, 'tis a smell most foul. I think I'm about to pass out.
A scent of potently fetid refuse lingers. Don't know why he was so high there. Some sinners dropped to the floor, while the others gagged profusely. Clearly, this was a rather painful experience for all.
This gas does not appear to be toxic. However, its scent seems to inspire an extreme level of discomfort in people.
So he defeated a northern giant.
You don't seem to know the proper procedure for what to do afterward. Are you hunters from the city?
Proper procedure?
Immediately before death, a northern giant's body fills with noxious gas before exploding in a rain of acid.
On!
The man who staked Santata's gut explained as he approached us. You have to puncture a hole in its gut to let out the gas before its internal organs condense into an acidic fluid. Allowing it to cause a chain reaction could complicate things.
Well, that's good to know. Thanks for not melting us, bud.
뭐 적당히 힘쓴 결과지. 나쁘지 않지?
Attorney's.
The stench won't come off. Who's that now?
Mr. Domino!
Are they all just named after toys? I guess crayons aren't toys. Crayon. I'm sorry, it's just a percentage chance whenever I say the name. I just can't. Who'd been holding her breath, with her fingers over her nostrils, ran up to the large man and hugged him.
At least you're safe, Crayon. That's good.
Me too, Otis. Me too. After stumbling for a moment, due to the stench, most likely, Otis briefly gasped for air before approaching Domino.
Hey, you.
Identify yourself.
Name's Domino.
I'm a monster. Monster Hunter! From Quantum.
I don't suppose I can call it a town anymore now that it's just me and Crayon that's left. Relax. I wouldn't even think of hurting any of you. So you're the hunter that the girl mentioned.
Otis relaxed upon Domino's confirmation. She leaned on a wall and looked to the floor in relief.
Normally, around this time of year, these monsters would have gone further north to a different village. So I was on an expedition to help them out. Looks like they decided to switch things up this time around. When I returned, they'd already finished their raid on the village and left. Damn it. They used to be predictable, attacking only right before Christmas.
It is right before Christmas. It's just a few days away.
Do these tragedies happen often? Though I can't speak for the city, I can say that this is a common occurrence in the outskirts. It's a hellish place to live, if you can even call this living. Survival alone is a miracle out here.
Are there a lot more places out here like this? Like this mockery of a gift factory?
No, can't say I've seen a factory like this anywhere else. But I can tell you one thing. Compared to some worse things that could have happened, this tragedy was nothing. That's the natural order of things in the outskirts. I do wonder sometimes if we were in the city, no matter how bad it gets in there, it must be better than this living hell.
It depends. 50-50, really. It was no easy contemplation to answer. The outskirts must be a hellish place to live, if what he's told me is anything to go by. But the city they admire so much isn't such a warm place itself. From what I've seen in my journey, so far at least.
Aha! Then accompany us back to the city!
We were on our... Don Quixote stopped herself, realizing that every other sinner was giving her a look of disapproval.
Thank you for your kind words, at least. I wish it were that easy. If I could at least let this child enter the city somehow. Just like that. But the city has no place to spare for this child. Not even a small corner of it.
No, they have plenty of corners. Perhaps an experimenting facility? Perhaps using her as living fuel for something? Perhaps putting her on a boat to murder a giant whale?
Even if you were to somehow make it past the city's walls, there are countless variations of paperwork and procedure you must overcome before you can live the kind of life you desire.
And what would people like us even do with such paperwork? And where would we find them out here? We've not studied or worked to find a job in the city. Some youths of other villages do.
Mister.
There was an uncomfortable silence. Domino cleared his throat and continued.
I must still extend my gratitude for keeping the girl safe until my arrival.
I know a good way to extend your gratitude. Maybe you can extend us a nice pouch of shiny, jangling bag of... Radia's eyes were twinkling. The lingering stench made it difficult for her to speak, but she was determined to make her point.
Something shiny and jangling. Sure. Maybe I can give you a tour of some antique items I keep at home. precious items, salvaged from the locomotive tracks of the outskirts. Not something you'll see every day in the city, I'm sure.
Items from the outskirts? That tour alone could be worth much more than just pure cash.
Plus, there's still a decent chance that the door we entered through might just shut behind us, right?
Indeed. In fact, it is unclear whether the door is still open. I recommend a quick return to the bus, now that our 2 primary objectives have been secured.
So she says,
If you would permit me to speak my mind, Executive Manager, even if this is not the Great Lake, the outskirts is an extremely perilous place. This curiosity cannot be a reason for us to risk getting stranded in this environment.
looks like you've got to hurry back.
Well then, catch. Domino tosses a carved wooden doll in my direction.
Does not appear to be anything dangerous.
Come on. Let us inspect it further after we return. We mustn't dally any longer than we have to.
Yeah, good idea.
Some sinners passed out and had to be carried by others.
Most could not stop gagging at the stench, but we still made our way back to the door.
The door has remained open.
Thank God! We made it back to the safety of Mephistopheles. Sometime later.
Ooh, stinky. Karen, evacuate. Evacuate.
Karen quickly made her escape to the decks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Virgilius greeted us in the cabins with a terrifying gaze.
Looks like everyone's had quite the adventure. Covered in blood and guts, and with a disgusting stench to boot.
Oh, this is...
Manager, I can't hear you anyway, so just reply to my query with a nod or a shake. Your replies better match up with my expectations, of course. I have but one question. Was it you who made the call?
I hesitated for a moment before nodding affirmatively. I might get reprimanded. Or maybe he has worse things in mind for me. But it was I who decided to go along with their plan. This would not have happened without my authorization.
Good. Then my questioning is over.
Huh?
I will leave it to you to deal with this mess. You may rest afterward, and please, do something about this foul stench. Well then.
What? That Virgilius disappeared into the back door once again. I guess, to be fair, he can't exactly take his frustration out on me. He probably has something else he could beat up. He's got, like, just like a training dummy with my clock taped to it. Just beats the shit out of that. That's unexpected. I thought my time had finally come.
Be glad. The best consultation is a consultation not had indeed. Alas, behold, one and all.
I don't know when she had the time to pick it all up in the chaos, but Don Quixote managed to haul a huge sack of gifts back to Mephistopheles. She's so excited.
You picked that up from all that mess? I have laid claim upon the evil gnome's trinkets!
Now that's some real commitment.
What's all that for? Art thou truly unaware of mine intentions? 'Tis for adorning our ship with Christmas decorations! What now? But we're still like 3 months away from Christmas.
Really? It came out that early?
Agreed. Let us not risk peeling old wounds. To lower the morale of our company is just... Oh, it's okay. It's been getting better with time, little by little. Yeah, we can all grow beyond it, eventually. Marvelous! Then this appears to be an occasion most fit for a party, then? What say you? Don't tell me you went through all that trouble for some party decorations. According to Dante's explanation, this incident was spurred on by Heathcliff's need for an outfit.
Heathcliff has been silently brooding in his seat, with his face buried in his palms out of shame, most likely.
Verily, verily, yet that very costume we had sought was worn by none other than that monstrous giant. I don't suppose it would fit Sir Heathcliff anyhow.
Forget it. It wasn't the kind of look I was going for anyway.
What did I say, Heath? We'll help you out as soon as we land, okay?
The outfit's one thing, yeah, but the... You were speaking of the port ship we sailed past. The port ship in which the hair salon that printed those hair coupons conducted their business. The coupons could not be used, as the port ship was not on our charted route.
Leave it to me to style your hair. I've done my sister's and young siblings' hair pretty often.
We don't know how long we'll be floating on this damn lake anyway. Besides, I don't even know how to dress myself proper. I was going to attempt the trial and error method. Okay, but can you at least tell us what it is that Vergilius gave you? Just so that we know what exactly you're so anxious about? Yeah, Gregor's weird, I don't know. Gregor's, he's all over the place. He's not all over the place. Well, no. Ah, sod it. After a deep, heavy sigh, Heathcliff produced a letter. So that's the something Vergilius gave you. Yeah. But how do I... Because he's like... He's not too low. But he's... So that's something Vergilius gave you. Yeah, I guess.
He's not really raggy either. Like, I'm making him real raspy. Oh, I remember. My family used this envelope before. It's made from really expensive paper, made only in limited quantities at a time. It's quite a luxurious envelope. Can we read it, Heath?
Sure, it's nothing impressive.
Then, Dante, why don't you read it out loud for the rest of us?
Sure. Radia handed me the letter. It was written in a beautiful series of cursive handwriting, drawn to an almost calligraph perfection. I began reading. From Wuthering Heights. We cordially extend you, honored guest, an invitation to the... what's this here? Somebody colored over this part in the letter. Well, I'll keep reading. Venue, Wuthering Heights, T-Corp Nest. Should you accept our invitation, please convene at the designated location by 4 in the afternoon on the 24th, with this letter on your person. Please, honor this occasion with your presence. With great respect, Nelly. Oh, I thought here's a postscript. It's written in a different handwriting from the rest of the letter. P.S. You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Kathy. Oh. We had no way to tell what kind of occasion it was on account of it being colored over, but clearly the rest of the letter's contents had stoked the fire of passion in Heathcliff's heart once again. So... You gotta look fashionable and classy for this Kathy person, right? Well, yeah, but there's more to it than... Shh! Quiet now. Now I can clearly see why you were so impatient. Heath? Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? Oi! I'll leave it up to you to style his hair. Master hairdresser Hong Lu. I wouldn't call myself a master. Oi, wait, where are you taking me? God, what in the bloody hell is this grip? Yeah, Radia's got quite the grip strength. You won't free yourself from her anytime soon. The two sinners, practically hauling Heathcliff by his arms, disappeared into the back door. Now Heathcliff's fate was sealed. To be a mannequin, to now motivated, and unbearably bored, Radia's various experimentations. And he was never heard from again.
I can hang this trinket here and...
Don Quixote began humming a song, a carol perhaps, as she placed the various trinkets around the bus. I decided to go out to the deck for some air. I leaned on the railing and dug through my pockets. The wooden doll Domino the Hunter gave me, just as we hurriedly left. I held it and felt its texture under my fingers. My eyes looked into the distance, toward where the outskirts lie. I thought for a moment about the gnomes, the giant, and the things Domino told me. I suppose there are people stories of the outskirts too. Stories different from those of the city. Outskirts game confirmed. Mm-hmm. Faust approached from behind, next to me. I wasn't sure how much of what I said she heard.
Follow the stars, Dante. Star by star. Then, you will one day learn. So for now, follow the closest star that shines before your eyes.
Yeah. I have to focus on the stories of the city for now. I don't even know who I really am after all. That's a new one! Joyous laughter and frustrated howls echoed out of the cabins. They must have finished dressing up Heathcliff. Why don't we go take a look at how Heathcliff is doing, Faust?
You make a rather tempting offer, Dante.
The added color to the bus's interior warmed my heart a little. We've done it. Oh hey, I've already fought this man. Oh wait, no.
Ah,
Oh, I guess I did do that. No. Yeah, and we'll just, Wait, what? Combat? Combat?
잠깐만. 천천히.
This is... Green lights blinding our eyes and loud alarms rupturing our eardrums. I've gotten used to it by now. I have been wrested from my refuge of sleep once again. Thanks to the alarm, the sinners began waking up, one by one from their naps.
A Argus night has descended on once again.
Even amidst that chaos, Faust remained as calm as ever. She walked up to the helm and shut off the alarm. Already? I thought it was supposed to be a really rare occurrence.
Yes, it is a rare occurrence, but its frequency is not something we can reliably predict.
Tell me about it!
Guess going back to sleep's out of the question now. So there's a chance that it goes off next week, too? The possibility is there, yes. Yet I don't believe that it would happen so soon. It takes some time for Mephistopheles' engine to resonate.
Faust, who was busily interfacing with the device while answering Roddy's question, came to a sudden stop. What's up? Is there something wrong?
No, everything is under control. This is within the predictable range of variables for one such volatility. I merely pause to contemplate how I should explain this to you and the rest of the sinners, Dante, because you're all so dumb and stupid. Considering that this will be a new environment for all of you, that is.
New environment? I looked at her curiously, but I did not voice my concerns. She was already walking toward the back door. Faust was not going to answer my question anyway. So true!
It is said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. In this case, a first-hand experience.
Yep, knew it.
Oh! Thus, our humdrum daily lives are spruced up once again? You know, it wasn't that long that you were scurrying all over the cabin and placing weird decorations everywhere. Don't tell me you're already tired of it. Forsooth, I believe that we've had more than enough celebration for that occasion. Dante, please lead the way.
The bored sinners seemed to find this new possibility of an adventure somewhat exciting. They slowly got up from their seats with enthusiasm. We again made our way to the back door, where we will stab.
Dante, the door in which this volatility occurred is in the direction of the dungeons.
Oh, so we gotta head toward my room.
Yes, please open the door.
She did say something about the corridor changing depending on who opened the door. I walked across the corridor, trying to recall what Faust once told me.
Nice. We're not going into the restricted zone this time. Unlike the other time we had to, while off duty. jump to the rescue of some dumbasses who decided to saunter in there despite the repeated warnings. I won't do it again, alright? You've gone against the warning twice already. You are far from the most trustworthy sinner among us. Agreed. I have done it only once, in case thou weren't aware. Shut it, you! I'm starting to enjoy this raucousness among the sinners. Hoping that this camaraderie would last for a long, long time, I turned the handle and opened the door. Oh? That door. Right, door had transformed into an oddly familiar shape. This looks like one of those doors we saw back at one of the Lobotomy Corp branches. It is identical. It appears that different shapes are overlapping onto the door, but all of them are the same design. Correct. The overlapping shapes are more clear evidence that Walpurgis Night has returned. Opening now! The door creaks open, and another corridor appeared before us. So this is another Lobotomy Corp branch in it. The longer I look at it, the more familiar it becomes. This place definitely looks a lot like those Lobotomy Corp branches we've been to. I guess checks out, you know, if it's a bunch of the same door overlapped. Oi, smartass. If we could just pop open a door and leading straight into one of them branches, why are we doing any of this door buzz business? And we're wasting time and effort out of here. There are numerous inaccuracies in your statement that must be corrected. I will tackle them in reverse order of your presentation. First, Walpurgis Night is an unpredictable event that not even I could predict. To base our entire operation on such an unstable element would be a plan most foolish. I suppose that's true. Heath, let's try to think a little before we speak, okay? Heathcliff scowled at Rodia's remark, but soon grew dejected once he noticed that the other sinners were nodding in agreement. Well, I won't completely deny the possibility of pursuing that method. However, I must clarify that this is not a real Lobotomy Corp branch of the city, merely a result of Walpurgis Night's mutation of the corridor. Therefore, I can say with quite the certainty that this does not align with our current mission, which is to retrieve the golden bows from the branches existing in our current reality. Right. Will you stop it with your lecture when I apologize for speaking without thinking? As I have said previously, I won't completely deny the possibility of pursuing that method. Besides, there are more inaccuracies to be addressed. Of course. More? I don't think there was anything more for her to correct, but Faust clearly seemed to think that there was another critical error in Heathcliff's statement, or maybe she just wanted to keep ranting to feel smarter than everyone else. And without even flinching, and wearing that serious expression, she looked into the distance. This is not one of the Lobotomy Corp branches. Faust muttered. Not one of them? So this isn't the Lobotomy Corp facility. This is not a branch. We are at a Lobotomy Corp headquarters of the past. Its point in time and the branch are its point in time and the branch of possibility. Uncertainty. Wait, what? And the branch of possibility. Oh, got it. It's positioned in like space. Heavier quotes. Got it. I love this face so much. This is my favorite face. This is the best one by far, hands down. None compete. Not even like dark-eyed Otis. It comes even close to this. It's so good. So this is the Broken Wing. Indeed, we find ourselves at a control team hallway of the former Elk Corp headquarters. I can sense the rising apprehension among the sinners. So this is where it happened. I don't remember it since it happened before my amnesia, but everyone in the city knows about that incident. The source of the blinding light that enveloped the city for days, which then sunk everyone into utter darkness for the next. But Faust appeared unaffected by the general air of anxiety of those around her. Instead, she continued to look off into the distance, away from the sinners. Maybe it's because she doesn't care. Or maybe what she already knows doesn't faze her. Are you waiting for something, Faust?
I am. There is more to this volatility than the volatility phenomenon we have experienced in the past. Soon it will.
Before Faust finished, the lights of the corridor suddenly switched colors.
It has begun.
What treachery is this? Is this what they call sight burial?
A different siren would play in an event of a magnitude requiring that level of response had occurred.
What the hell is this? I'm really not liking the look of that red light.
They're here. Ahead.
I followed the tip of Faust's finger, which pointed toward the same direction she'd been looking at this entire time. Down the hallway, the only way to look. Steam of unknown origin began to coalesce there. Is that a machine? And a bizarre machine of sorts appeared there.
This is an ordeal. Colored green. Time dawn.
All units! Don't need to spell it out for us. A menacing pile of scraps coming this way. Everyone seemed to know what that something... Know that something... Wait, hold up, sorry. Everyone seemed to know that something like this was going to happen. Yeah. They prepared for battle, warily eyeing the mysterious machine. An abnormality too. Green! True, this doesn't look very green. No, wait, it feels more like a Pecatulum? I instinctively blurted out the immediate sense they gave off, and looked to Faust. She'll know what to say. Instead of giving me an answer, however, Faust brandished the Zweihander and stepped forward.
We must first suppress the entities. Dante, where are the identity cards?
I'm sure you are, lady. I don't need your help.
교전 시작합니다.
I have Tremor Burst!
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아?
We are definitely on something. Like, holy shit.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
한바탕 해볼까?
Oh, super dead.
힘들군. 그러니
And again.
알아서 잘 피해야지. 힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
표적 확인. 표적
직접 발견.
I guess it's really easy, guys.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해.
위협 대상
다음 공격은
제거.
더 잘해.
I like how this girl is just like here.
제압 실시.
Like, I assume she's from a past game, right? Like, that's the
위협
thing.
대상 제거.
But, like, the past game. You know the one. You know the one. Lobotomy core.
표적 확인.
But it's still just...
표적 완전 무력.
We're just here and suddenly... Hello, I am here to narrate!
아까의 공격으로 인해서 대상에게 많은 피해를
목을
입혔어.
내놓고 있도록.
적들이 충분히 나약해졌다는 거지. 끝을 내도 될 것 같아.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지. 힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
수 없다면 직접 후회를.
Oh, we're bopping a little bit.
표적 확인.
I actually don't know how to feel about this.
아까의 공격으로 인해서 대상에게
교전
많은 피해를
시작합니다.
I'm sure she thinks we're all
적들이 충분히
agents suppressing the ordeal.
끝을 내도 될 것 같아.
힘 조절이.
I mean, yeah, that checks.
수 없다면 직접 후회를 새길.
Well, like, I'm just saying. Like, unless there's, like, she shows up after this. Like, she... Not a word. Not a beep. Oh god. Holy shit.
We're fine. Nothing bad happened. Oh? Oh? Eventually, we managed to reduce the machines to a pile of scrap metal. Provost, there's gotta be a reason we decided to stand our ground and fight instead of shutting the door on them, right?
Yes, we stand to gain more reward by defeating them than by fleeing.
Reward? Gregor repeated, clearly expecting her to elaborate, but Faust ignored his gesture and instead began to observe the walls and items around her. What were the nature of these entities? Yisong stood next to Faust and began to muse alongside her.
They are entities that used to appear in Lobotomy Corp headquarters. Entities similar to, yet different from the abnormalities. Lobotomy Corp headquarters used to call them ordeals.
Ordeals. I see.
Then was this corridor, which is evidently not a containment unit, also utilized to contain certain entities as well. These monsters have a tendency to spontaneously appear during certain periods.
Monsters? Like monsters of the outskirts?
I suppose that is one way of looking at it. However, that comparison may grow increasingly inaccurate as we delve further into the technicalities. All I can share with you is that you will eventually come to know more of it, Dante.
Like that nocturnal march of 100 demons.
I like it. Oh, Dante, there's something I must inform you.
Yeah?
There's a high chance of these ordeals, or encounters of similar intensity appearing from these volatilities. I recommend challenging every occurrence of these encounters.
So she says, guys. I really don't like this lighting. Same!
Aha! Welcome thy preposition! 'Tis two birds with one stone indeed. We may find entertainment as we train ourselves to be better. And yet the mirror dungeon is boring.
Except for Faust and Yisong, quietly exchanging their observations, each sinner began rowdily sharing their impressions. Well, I guess that's a more reasonable preposition than, let's just doze off in the bus until we find land. Hopefully Faust or Yisong, I mean, it's a pretty good idea though. Hopefully Faust or Yisong will one day find the time to explain their findings to me. Right. We had to get moving. I mean, to be fair, I trust that Yisong will tell us. I do not trust that Faust will tell us. I approached the sinners to get us going. Oh, that it? We're good? Good to go? Not even up to yellow?
다음 술자리 모험담은
Sweet.
이거군. 아주 완벽했어.
Back to the bus again.
Oh shit! Land! We got land! Land! Warning. Warning. Land ahoy.
Karen, who had been quietly holding the helm for a while, suddenly spoke up, as if on cue. Everyone in the cabin simultaneously jumped up from their seats. The crew's joy at the end of this long journey was palpable.
Finally! Is it over?
My eyes well with tears of relief. If they ever let us go on a vacation, remind me to preclude any seafaring options. I think I've had enough of the Great Lake for one lifetime. Some sinners began to visibly relax with their realization that the long lake voyage had finally come to an end. Others rushed to the windows as if they were expecting anything to have changed while we were away from the shores.
No.
You guys are being so overdramatic.
Back in my sailor days, setting sail in the Great Lake meant that you'd have to spend
At least 3 years at the treacherous sea, out of any landsman's sight, right? I think I've heard that exact sentence a few dozen times by now, so...
Agreed. You have made your point, Ishmael. I found it difficult to tolerate when you've been sharing the story for the 4th time.
You guys were the ones who complained that no one had any fun stories to tell. Just as we were exchanging a few meaningless jabs at each other. Mephistopheles suddenly jerked violently, as though something had exploded. Of course, we were all promptly thrown about the bus. Of course, the bus boat, like ragdolls.
Is everyone okay?
Kind
Can this bloody bus come to a smooth stop for once? Wait, bus? Heathcliff was right. I took a quick look around. I realized that the cabins had transformed back to the shape of the bus we'd grown so used to. I'm surprised that we called it a bus immediately instead of referring to it as a boat. And then going, wait a minute, bus?
Karen hit the transform button. Click, clack. Karen, can you give us a warning for once? At least a turn signal or something, please?
Yeah, Karen, please.
Bus boats don't have turn signals. Too bad, bug guy.
I thought there was gonna be some complicated procedure to transform it back to a bus. I guess it just happens with the click of a button, huh? Dante, we enter a infinite space with the turning of a doorknob. Do I need to say more?
I thought we'd have to stop by a workshop or a boatworks office again. One of many functions of Mephistopheles is that it can remember every form of property it once possessed.
What? I mean, I guess it's limited to the engine size. But technically speaking, could you make a tiny box around Mephistopheles, put wheels on it, and save that as a form, and then have a portable Mephistopheles? So we wouldn't have to go through, like with K-Corp, how we had to go through a whole thing to get the bus through. Actually, we didn't have to go through a whole thing to get the bus through. Never mind.
Therefore, it follows that once it takes a certain form, it can revert to it or any of its previous forms at any time.
I see.
Anyways, we're finally back on land. Aren't you glad, Heathcliff? You've been so looking forward to this.
Oh. Heathcliff's face lit up for a brief second before a vortex of complicated feelings overcame him. Then... Oi, vroom vroom lass. Are we at T-Corp? Heathcliff was talking to Karen, but she did not reply. Maybe it was because he didn't call her by her name, or maybe it was that she didn't really know where we were either. She always drives wherever her whims take her, after all. This monochromatic gray hue is reminiscent of that place indeed. Yet, there's a disparity. Yeah? I suppose it was of a different monochromatic hue than whatever this is. Oh, whoops, I think I double-clicked. Double-clicked, godlike. Just a perfect double-click. Okay. T-Corp, District 20. I've never been there myself, but I've tangentially experienced it via Yisong's Fathoms of Ego. Yeah, that place was supposed to take our colors away, wasn't it? Have some patience, Heathcliff. We are still in the back streets. We are getting quite close to the place you know so well, aren't we? Rebellious? You had no reason to provoke him like that.
Is there a reason we're going to the back streets instead of heading straight to the nest?
Oh, you're right. Why are we going through the back streets anyway?
I am curious as well.
The back streets roads are rife with danger and winding, roundabout paths.
This carries an unnecessary risk, does it not?
Oh no, she's turning into it. Oh no. That's the only issue. I have to worry about having them all turn into the same accent. I would also like to highlight that the immigration process is significantly more lenient when one is migrating from a nest to a nest than it is when migrating from the back streets to a nest territory. Ishmael's question to Vergilius had opened a whole new floodgate of questions from other sinners. Looks like you have all grown rather chatty since we first met. You must know that it won't change how I choose to answer your questions. Ask me all you want, but I will not spare the time to give you a comprehensible explanation for your convenience.
What's wrong with asking for some explanations if we're being led through a questionable path?
It is your job as a guide to tell us where to go, isn't it? Don't tell me that we haven't been authorized to enter T-Corp's nest yet. And here I thought Limbus Company was a proper business. Sure, it's relatively new, but I thought we had a rather substantial backing. We can receive proper authorization to enter most nests, should we request it. Then why?
It's the company's will.
Vergilius silenced the entire hubbub on the bus with a short but low growl.
My job as your guide is to plan the path toward the destination as requested by the company. Selecting this path was also a part of accommodating that request, so please know your place and shut your mouth.
Perhaps the commotion was getting to him. I could tell that Vergilius was rubbing his ear out of frustration. But I've never heard that before. Or seen that before, for that matter. Well, if that's the case... While that was still apparent on Ishmael's face, she nodded affirmatively. She was acknowledging that there was little we could do about the orders from the company itself. Alarms! Oh, that alarm again! Is someone listening in on us or something? That was one conveniently timed alarm, don't you think? That is unlikely. Dante. Like always, Faust looked into the bus's terminal before giving me a look that I've come to recognize. Yep, another volatility to take care of, huh? Yes, it is. Another one? Didn't we just wrap up a backdoor volatility?
I think I know what this is.
First were the Mirror Dungeons and the Luxcavation Dungeons. So it's gotta be... Faust considers Herr Gregor's growing aptitude for deductions to be a positive development. It's the refraction railway, isn't it? The bus soon fills with the center's exacerbated sighs. Oh, sod it. It's that bloody subway track again. Railways really wear me out every time we enter. Well, since the last one was called Line 2, is this going to be Line 3? That is likely, yes. Though we cannot say for certain before observing it for ourselves. Dante? I know. Going through the refraction railway takes a lot out of me, too. So far, each refraction railway has had new and different patterns, and enemies we faced in there were all much more powerful than any other enemies we faced before. But... well, it's also true that I see a noticeable improvement in most centers' combat prowess once we've had a run through the railway. Not to mention the copious amounts of rewards! I don't remember exactly when it was. Faust once took the time to explain the railway's abnormalities to me. That the abnormalities we battle in the railways are probably not the same ones that exist in the world that we live in. So, it's not like we'll be able to capture them and bring them back, but they're perfect for practice, just in case we run into their real versions. But they don't exist? Oh, not the same ones. It's me. The Babnormality. I'm like the other one, but I've got a B on my face. Take that as you will. Well, whichever is the case, going through the railway will be a net positive for us. So, let's get going then. I took a quick glance at the centers and opened the door to the back door. Incredible. Yeah, you bet we're calling it there. But I'm not trying to wreck my voice. Sure enough, it's not like I'm gonna be talking too much more. But I mean, I'm still talking. You know, I'm still remarking on things. I'm still doing stuff. I'm still blah 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 blah. It's not like I'm quiet a majority of the time. I mean, I guess I am kind of. I do tend to be a little bit quiet. But I mean, I talk when I can. You know, I talk when I think of stuff. But yeah, yeah. Where is it? There it is. This might be a little loud. I apologize in advance. Yep. That's not even the right one. Whoops. Oh well. Yeah. So, thanks a bunch for stopping by. Hope you had a good time. And I'll see you when I see you.